Welcome back to the Two Guys and Chris Show. Our official attorney is Lisa Lanier. She joins us every week at this time, but today is her favorite day of the year. Happy Halloween, Lisa.
Thank you so much. You know, I'm so happy on my favorite day.
I know you are. I know you are.
What kind of candy does Lisa Lanier give out for trick-or-treaters?
So, I live in a kind of a semi-rural area. I don't really get trick-or-treaters, so I go to some friend's house in a very populated neighborhood. I get the big giant bags of Costco, like good stuff, but I don't give whole bars, but good name brand candy bars and stuff. And
let me tell you something, Lisa. At Costco,
I'll give you that one more. If you talk about that bag one more GD time,
that bag, that Costco bag is the best bag of candy you can buy anywhere. It's the best.
You haven't been in 10 years.
I don't care. I don't care. I know that bag. That bag has Almond Joy. That bag has Reese's Cup. Reese's Cup. The first time I saw it, now probably
every kind of good candy you can think of.
Yes.
And it's twice the candy for the same price as a bag half the size at Walmart.
Speak to it. She's right. And you talk about quality candy and all different brands of candy. They're not all under the same umbrella. Yeah. And I'm just like, how do they do it?
They're making deals.
I love them.
They're making deals, yeah. Well, the first time I saw it, I said, how? It's like when Looney Tunes and Disney characters were both in the same movie. That's what it's like when they mix those brands of candies. Oh, Lisa, I'm so with you. I love that. I love that candy bag. Now, do I talk about it too much?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you haven't given out candy in how many years?
At least
3,
5. At
4.
least 5. I say 5.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm very altruistic in that way.
A lot of people call him that.
Yeah, right. Lisa, he doesn't know what that means.
Lisa, are you familiar with the term altruistic? Because I don't know the definition, but I think it's good. Apparently it's something good.
Yeah, you'll start noticing only nice people know it.
There's sometimes words confuse me. Let's get to the docket here today. I'm fascinated by the very first story. It's a woman named Hillary Martin. Now, full disclosure, I've ridden the roller coaster she rode at SeaWorld multiple times. She rode the roller coaster, the Mako. Great ride. You've been to SeaWorld and ridden this, Lisa?
I have, yes. Yes, I like SeaWorld.
Great ride. She was there in March, and while she was on the ride, unfortunately, she was struck in the face by a duck. Now, the ride is right next to a water area, like a pond, and there are numerous forms of waterfowl down there. So she says that SeaWorld should have thought more about this, and they created a zone of danger, which left her with permanent head injuries, disfigurement, emotional distress. She wants a jury trial. She's suing. They say safety is their top priority.
She forgot to duck.
Right. So she's in the zone of danger. She gets hit by a duck. I predict you side with SeaWorld. I know I did, Lisa. What are your thoughts?
Her name is Hillary Martin, and things went terribly afoul for Hillary
Yes.
when she was on this coaster. But so in Florida, there is some precedent for this. Disney in 2019 had a very similar lawsuit where there was a bird strike that was actually more like an attack. This big bird was protecting its territory, but somebody was, I think, on a slower moving, not as fast as this coaster. But this woman, she was knocked unconscious and has, I think, scarring. It said permanent disfigurement, so it must have cut her face. And she was knocked unconscious and has a head injury. So she had a pretty significant injury. It's going to be kind of a difficult case. Although people have, made this case before and done it successfully, you're going to have those jurors that say, what in the world could SeaWorld do about birds in the area or, ducks? And but there's precedent. There's a legal theory that if she can show they knew that this was a zone of danger because of the waterfowl, and then they built in close proximity to it, knowing that, she may have a chance of recovering. But I think the jury's going to be a little like, I don't think so.
Wow.
That's how I felt about it, too.
May settle. They may settle with her because these theme parks often do.
If I was SeaWorld, I would not settle because I think the jury will say what you just said. Oh, come on. It's a once-in-a-lifetime possibility, 1 in a million shot, a duck. What could they do? Now, could they put crocodiles on top of the water or dogs to try to keep, those fake statues, to try to keep ducks and birds away from the area? Do they owe it to their patrons to do that?
Yeah. Or, potentially some kind of netting or something that could,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
It's a little altruistic.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it's a little much. I think it's a little much. And I mean, how often is a duck going to fly into somebody's head on a coaster like that?
First time I heard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought of this later. I think what SeaWorld should have done is when she came off the ride, bloodied and battered, said, "You did it. You won."
You won the prize.
And then giving her like a year's long pass to SeaWorld.
Yep.
And you get to meet Shamu up close and
Yeah.
personal.
Right, that's it.
And then she's like, "Oh, I didn't know this was a thing." It's like, absolutely, come with us.
I
I'll
can't
sign here, here, and here.
I can't hold a pen and I can't see.
Right. Don't worry. Just make your mark in blood, and we'll make sure you get that free year-long pass from SeaWorld. I like it, Biggie. Another really just an unfortunate incident, but now the family of a guy named Kevin Holding is suing. He's a maintenance engineer. He was killed, unfortunately, in January of 2023 by a pop-up urinal. Now, this happened in England. They have those on the street. So if you're wandering around after the bars close, they have urinals that rise out of the concrete as if from nothing, like magic. There are urinals there.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
Now, this guy, Kevin Holding, is the person who would maintain the urinals, and through a freak accident, one closed on him and crushed him. Awful, awful. So his family is saying the mechanism failed. You should have known it was going to fail. There was urine all over it. It corroded the works. That's how he got crushed. They're saying he maintained them, and he should have known the risks, and he was in the wrong place, and it was really on him. Sorry, but it's on him. They also say that the lack of answers that they've gotten from the company that makes these urinals has been disgusting. Lisa, are they going to win if it goes all the way to court?
I think they'll end up probably winning something. It's their system, their tort system in the UK is very similar to ours in the US. Ours is modeled after theirs. They have a comparative fault system. So even if he didn't take every precaution, he can still recover, and just the estate can recover, and then his recovery will be reduced by the percentage that he was at fault or negligent. But I do think, I have to wonder if something didn't malfunction. The company is saying that he didn't set some kind of safety type thing that would keep it from closing on him, but they couldn't get it to come back up off of him. So it makes me wonder if there was a hydraulic failure, because it went down on him and crushed him, and people came and tried to push the pop-up button, and it wouldn't do it. So they had to call in a crane to lift the whole thing out off of him, and it took about 2 hours to do that. So he died while that was going on. So it does kind of rings of maybe something did go wrong.
Yeah,
because it wasn't functioning to come off of him.
Nobody tried to use the urinal
Oh, God, I hope
during
not.
this 2
No,
hours.
I
Hope not, dude. Remember recently, Chris Em and I were at an event where a man took a fall, hit his head. We were spinning our prize wheel.
Yeah.
And people stepped over him to try and spin for a T-shirt.
Am I next?
Yeah, well,
Did he take my turn?
well, we're not spinning right now. You have to stand on him to spin it.
Move him.
It's taking so long.
Oh, God, I hope not. God, killed by a urinal.
Thankful we didn't have to call Lisa after that.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Killed by a urinal. What a terrible way to go for this guy. This is about construction as well. A Virginia couple has asked a judge to block President Donald Trump from demolishing any more of the West Wing, although I think it's gone.
Not the West.
Excuse me, the East Wing.
East Wing, yeah.
I think it's gone. I don't think
It's
there's,
gone.
It's gone.
there's
Yeah,
nothing they can
I think
do.
it's gone.
They are ready to sue him because he is destroying property without any permission. I'm assuming they have no chance here, Lisa, correct?
It's kind of a toss-up. Legal experts say there are 4 different laws: the National Capital Planning Act, the National Historic Preservation Act, that require a mandatory review by a Commission of Fine Arts. There's 4 statutes at play. And historically, every president that has remodeled, which has been most of them, come in and put their own touches on it. They've all followed standard protocol to go through those channels to get everything approved. And so the thought is that's they've been doing that because that was the legal requirement. But there are experts that say that there are some loopholes that President Trump may be able to use, to say, look, the president is exempt, the White House is exempt from these historic preservation laws. But it's a toss-up. It really is. And it'll be interesting to see how the courts come down on it.
Well, if there's one thing I know about President Trump, he's not just going to barge in without, dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
I think we have a comment from him here. Boo-hoo.
Yeah. He'll come into the court like a wrecking ball.
Yes, yes, he will. This man has his ducks in a row.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that he's got everything in order there. Well, I'm surprised to see that you say that they have a 50-50 chance in this. This story we talked about a couple of years ago. Now it's come back around. A South Carolina woman is suing her ex-boyfriend. His name is Jackson Arnold. They had split up. He broke into her home after they had split, held a knife in her shower, and put her underwear over his face so that when she walked in the bathroom, he would reveal himself, lunged at her, injured her. She got him arrested. He said, simple prank. It was like, I miss you prank. Now, he was arrested and convicted. First-degree battery, aggravated assault and battery, weapon possession during a violent crime. The criminal case is still pending. She's now suing him, wanting money out of him, of course, for emotional distress for all these years later. I think she should win, Lisa. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I just wonder if he has any money. I mean, unless he's got like a trust fund kid or something, that's got money squirreled away. I mean, he's headed to prison. He's facing over 20 years in prison, multiple felonies. I mean, he was naked with a knife in her shower with her panties on his head, and then he choked her and he put the knife on her throat. And I mean, it was crazy. And then he tried to say it was a prank, but I think that was pretty flimsy. So anyway, well, what's he gonna? He's gonna spend all of his money. I mean, on a defense because he's fighting the criminal charges. So I can't imagine he's gonna have any money.
That's the thing.
Can't you see we're in love?
I mean, that's the thing.
Does nobody laugh anymore?
Come on, you should have seen your face when I had the knife in the panties.
Do you know? I don't know why I skipped this part. I must have just, I'm a skimmer. He was naked too. I didn't know.
Naked?
What?
Yes.
I didn't.
I like to be naked in the shower.
Okay. Well,
Who doesn't?
Thank you, Biggie.
Crazy. He's a nut. Yeah.
He's like, who hasn't been there with your girlfriend's panty on your head, naked with a knife in the shower? Okay.
Ex-girlfriend at that.
Oh, yes, the ex.
You're out of Old Spice, dear.
Yeah. God. Yeah, he's headed to prison for a while and should be. And if he's got any money left, she should take it.
He's gonna get it.
I hope she gets it. Now, how about this for a prank? This I was interested in, too. You probably have seen that terrifying video where 3 people were outside a woman's house in Alexandria, Virginia, beating on the door, saying, we're coming in. If you don't let us in, we're coming in. One had like an evil clown mask. One was a Michael Myers. It was awful. Well, it turned out, and the woman was inside, like scared to death.
It looked like The Purge.
Yeah, it did. They were coming in. You see it on Ring doorbell camera. You've probably seen it. So they leave. She had called her brother to come over. He was armed. She didn't have a gun in the house, I guess. If he had come over and they'd still been there, they'd probably gotten shot. Well, it turned out they were cousins playing a prank, and the mom of the
You
teenager.
should have seen your face.
I mean, the mom was in the bushes coordinating the whole thing. The woman who was the victim of the prank didn't know it for weeks. They finally figured it out, and she said, well, I don't want to press charges. They're family. So my question was, can't the police go ahead and press charges anyway? This was really bad, I thought. What are you thinking on this?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were my cousins, they'd be my dead cousins.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's right.
This is crazy. But no, in Virginia, the Commonwealth does not necessarily always defer to the victim. They can still prosecute. But here it sounds like they're listening to because the family has asked, please don't press charges. These are our cousins. And it sounds like the Commonwealth is going to agree with that and not press charges. So, but I posted these people's pictures, and if you haven't seen them, they're on my social media. They went all out. They were very scary.
Terrifying.
I mean, it was very scary.
And I think they should prosecute the mother. Now, they're teenagers, but I think the mom who was in the bushes sort of telling them what to do should be prosecuted. And, if this woman had a gun and shot through the door and killed one, she'd have, I mean, what do they say? You got to fear for your life? I would have if they were saying we're coming in. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Those are some of the scariest Halloween costumes I've seen. Mm-hmm. Do you think it'll be an icy Thanksgiving, I would imagine, when they're together, that crew. So that's the other question, like how, if you shoot somebody and the victim says, oh, don't press charges, it was an accident. Do they always press charges in that case?
Yeah, in a more serious case, they're always going to press charges.
I figured. Okay. Because nobody was hurt here. It turned out to be a prank. Still unbelievable. A Florida woman was awarded $11.4 million in Orange County after the jury found that she fractured her leg in a Target parking lot in December of 2019. She had tripped on an abrupt drop-off near a landscaping island, and she claimed that violated the building's codes, and she got multiple fractures while holding her kid. Jury found Target 90% at fault. She rejected their settlement offer of $250,000 and got $11.4 million. My question here, Lisa, was, are you surprised that she didn't just take the $250,000 and is Target, are you also surprised that they had to pay over $11 million here?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a really high verdict. I think she had really good evidence about the fact that the building codes were violated, the design, and that was known to Target and that there'd been prior falls here. And I think she was very sympathetic. She was carrying a small child, and she managed for the child not to get hurt. You know, when a parent is carrying a child and they go down on, falling, they often go to great lengths to try to make sure the child doesn't hit their head and that kind of thing. And I think the crazy thing was, though, her leg went like in the wrong direction up under her, and so her tibia and her ankle were all fractured. She suffered three really bad fractures, had multiple surgeries, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills. And so I think, so the $250 was probably low because her medical bills were probably $250.
Yeah.
But 11.4 is very high. That's reduced by 10% because the jury found that, maybe she could have seen the change in the grade or something and gave her a 10% contribution, and they're comparative. So she'll get 90% of that.
Man, so that's $10 million, that she's going to wind up getting.
Would you continue to shop at Target?
Yeah.
As a millionaire.
Yeah.
In your wheelchair.
I would go in there.
I'd prance right back in
right
there.
in there.
She's shopping at Costco now, Kelly.
She's going out. She get that good candy.
Yeah.
I would limp through Target every chance I got, waving my $10 million at them. Said, "Look what you got, Biggie. Worth it to fracture your ankle and tibia for $10 million."
I'm still gonna have to go. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recover now,
Yeah, that's tough. I know.
but for $10 million,
Let me ask you this, Lisa. Do you think if Target had offered her $1 million, she would have taken it? As her attorney, would you advise her to take that?
I would think she would have probably taken that because I would think that's more in line with what it was probably actually worth.
Yeah. This is like that movie, The Rainmaker. It's like I
I don't even remember the plot.
I read the book and then I saw the movie, and it was an insurance company that denied. Yeah. And this small little family, that had no money, took the insurance company all the way to the jury, and the jury, it was obvious they were going to win, and the insurance company thought, well, we'll just kill them with paperwork, and they wound up giving the family, $100 million, $50 million, way more. So I like that Target had to do that. I hate to say, because this woman was in the right, apparently, in every way. Well, Lisa, are you dressing up tonight for Halloween?
I am, yes. I have a very scary clown costume that I'm going to wear and scare little children when they come up for candy.
It's your favorite thing.
Bless you.
It's your favorite thing. We love that about you. Have a happy Halloween, Lisa Lanier, as always.
Thanks. You too. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.